The La Liga games for this weekend are wrapping up, and we already have to look ahead because we have a huge matchup midweek in the elusive Copa del Rey tournament where the second leg of the semifinal matchups will be kicking off because we got Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad at the Santiago Bernabeu. And this, you already know what I'm about to say. It is a must-win game. We absolutely have to go through. We need to be in the final of this tournament. We are still on for the treble. And even though La Liga is out of our control, this is a trophy where if we just take care of business, we can win it. We don't have to rely on other teams to help do us a favor. So this is a huge game. All the Madrid fans watching this know how hard the Copa del Rey is for us to win. I've been watching us since the 14-15 season, and I've only seen us lift this trophy one time, and that was a couple of years ago. I've seen more UCL trophies than I have seen Copa del Reys. Do you know how crazy that is? So I'm taking this very serious. We already won the first leg, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So we have the advantage, and this game is in our stadium. We absolutely must go through. If we do not go to this final, sack Carlo right after this match. Because my patience for what I've been seeing at Real Madrid this season is at an all-time low. I don't really think that this team has any more room for error. Do not go out there and embarrass us during this game. But you guys already know what we do on these match previews. We're going to talk about both teams, and then at the end, I will be building my predicted 11 that I believe Carlo Ancelotti needs to put out there. But smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and get in the comment section and let me know what you're saying for this match. But let's just get straight into it. Now, I immediately want to start off with the first leg that we played against Sociedad at their ground, where we narrowly escaped with a win, 1-0. And to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell Sociedad did not score this game. Lunin had an absolute masterclass. This guy made about like 6-7 saves this game. Real Sociedad outplayed us. They looked more dangerous. They created better chances. Endrick scored our only goal. Jude Bellingham with an amazing assist. We hit them on the counter. But aside from that, we did nothing. Asensio, this game was shit. This was probably the first bad game that Asensio's played for us since making his debut. He was at right back. He was having a hard time. He got a yellow card in the first half, and we had to hook him off early. The fans were abusing him, right? We all thought that at the time it was some racismo going on, but no. They were sending death threats to Asensio. So Carlo took him off to avoid him getting sent off with another card because his head might have been hot. Sociedad, in this game, for the second time this season, should have beat us. Don't forget, the first time that we played Sociedad, they hit the post 3 times. This game, Lunin was making big save after big save. We also did have a couple of chances as well where we could have maybe gotten another goal, but nothing substantial. I think Sociedad this game were way better than us. And it's just actually so annoying to say that because it follows a trend of what we've just been seeing from Real Madrid this season, where we are getting outplayed by teams that have lesser quality. where we are looking to win games with one moment of individual brilliance. And I do have to give Jude and Endrick a lot of credit for that goal. Endrick made a very good run. Jude, the quality to make that pass. But people try and tell me that Jude's not a baller. Yeah, okay. One of the best midfielders in the world. Was this the last game that Danny Ceballos played for us? Because I'm seeing him in the 11 as well. Did he get injured this game? I think this was the game where Ceballos got injured, which is a big miss for us now because Ceballos was on some amazing form right before he picked up that long-term injury. I'm seeing Camavinga started. Brahim Diaz. Yeah, I think Brahim Diaz was mid that game. Usually, when Brahim Diaz starts, it's not as good as him coming off the bench. But yeah, man, look, Lunin's the reason that we were able to keep a clean sheet. We absolutely scumbagged it. And I don't really think that anybody is surprised just because look at the form that we've been on lately. Look at the form that we're going to be entering this match on. We narrowly beat Leganes, who are in the relegation battle at home. We barely beat them. A few decisions went our way, and that's the reason that we got 3 points, even though they created chances as well. If you look at it, the game before that, right before the international break, we played Villarreal. Look at this. 2-1. Shaky win again. This season, bro, it's just been so mediocre. And to be honest, it's like I said, I'm ready to crash out, bro. I mean, the La Liga title race, it's not something that we control anymore, especially with the form that Barca are on. So we got to be taking this Copa del Rey very serious. I want to win this trophy. I need to leave here with a domestic trophy. It's bad enough that we got slapped up in the Spanish Super Cup final. We need to win this. You don't bring in Mbappe, and then we don't win a domestic, and then we look as shit as we have. No. See, that's unacceptable. But yeah, shaky win versus Leganes. Shaky win versus Villarreal. We did technically lose during regular time against Atleti, but we beat them on penalties. A 2-1 shaky win against Rayo Vallecano, right? I mean, come on, bro. Like, when are we going to turn these performances around? When are we going to actually start looking like one of the best teams in the world? This shit is a disgrace. I know that you're seeing all this green here, but chat, I'm tell you something right now. This season, it's so weird because, yes, we're still involved in the title race. We're still involved in the UCL. We're still involved in this Copa del Rey. But I'm ready for this season to end. It's just been an absolute nightmare, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys are saying about our form. Let me know what you guys are saying about the first leg against Real Sociedad. And how do you think we are going to do in this second leg? Now, let's talk about the ops. At the time of me recording this, right, I know that I think Betis are playing Sevilla. And depending on what happens in that game, if Sevilla are able to get a win, then Sociedad will drop down to 11th. But right now, the live score is updated. So at the time of recording this, they are sitting 10th. And I think Sociedad have been shit this season. Just to be very honest, like they've not been good at all. They're usually a team that you expect to be a little bit higher in the table, right? You expect Sociedad to be anywhere from like 5th to 7th. Maybe they could even sneak into like that top 4 because they do have a talented side. But what we've been seeing from them just in general, especially in La Liga, oh my goodness, it's been super mid. They literally have more games played than goals scored. They have a negative goal difference. This should be a game that is never in doubt. I mean, if you want to just look at their form in the last 5 league games, 2 losses, 2 wins, 1 draw. I mean, just a visual representation. They've beaten Valladolid. They drew at Rayo Vallecano. And then look at this run that they went on. They literally got knocked out of the UCL by Manchester United, chat. United, who are sitting like 15th in the Premier League. So if Man United can knock them out of a cup competition, I swear we better do the same. Like, look at this form. These guys went 1, 2, 3. They went 5 straight, well, 6 straight games technically without a win. They are not good. And the thing is, I can't even go based off their form for how I think this game's going to go, because based off form, right, Sociedad just don't have the talent to play shit and still scumbag wins, whereas we have a lot of talent. We play shit, we get away with it, and we still somehow, some way find chances, and then we have individual brilliance. Sociedad do not have that. But if you've been watching them this season, right, let me know what you think about their chances during this matchup. Now, let's get into some updates. So according to a lot of the reports, they're saying that Lunin will start this game, right? Lunin did start against Leganes. Courtois is injured. And I think based off the man of the match performance that he had in the first leg, I have no issue with this. But I was curious to see if Courtois was going to be fit. But according to the reports, he may not be out there. But we'll take this with a grain of salt, because before the Leganes matchup, they said that Courtois was going to be fine. And then he ended up not being available for that game. Now, concerning any of the other players that might miss this match, obviously, Ferland Mendy, I don't think he'll be back until maybe after the first leg against Arsenal. Ceballos, I doubt that we'll see him until like May. Militao, Danny Carvajal, obviously they both tore their ACLs. So I do not expect these 5 players, right? I don't expect Ceballos, Militao, Carvajal to be out there. I highly doubt that Mendy will be available. And again, we'll keep an eye on Courtois, but let Lunin start this game, even if Courtois does feel fit for it, because Lunin is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, in my opinion, right? One of the best number 2s. And I think he is the future at goalkeeper for us. He's shown us time and time again the big performances that he's able to put in. Now, let's get into my favorite part of every single match preview, and that is building the starting 11 that I think Carlo Ancelotti needs to put out there. Now, we did rotate a lot against Leganes, and that almost cost us 3 points. And because we only have a 1-0 lead heading into this second leg, you have to go strong here. Because getting knocked out of this tournament, letting Sociedad come to our ground and beat us for them to reach the final would be catastrophic. So, yes, I like that we rotated against Leganes, but in this game, I do not expect Carlo Ancelotti to rotate like that. So, in goal, I think that it will be Lunin, right? At right back, I'm going to be honest. I want to go Valverde. I don't even think that Lucas Vazquez should be playing at right back in big games. Valverde needs to start there. Asensio struggled out there. We know that Sociedad have some decent attacking talent, right? We've seen them cause teams some issues, even though they don't really bag like that. But I don't even want to risk Vazquez having a chance to mess this up. So I would go Valverde at right back. Now, I think Asensio, right center back, got to go Rudiger, right? Rudiger, left center back. This has got to be the partnership. And then Fran Garcia will have to start at left back because Ferland Mendy is injured. So this is the only left back that we have available. Now, moving into this midfield, I'm thinking that this needs to be a double pivot of, I think Tchouameni's going to start. And then I'm trying to figure out whether I believe Camavinga or Modric should be out there. I think I would prefer Modric just for the ball control that he gives us. Camavinga is very good on the ball as well. But just in terms of stabilizing a midfield, he's not on a Luka's level, right? So, but Luka did start against Leganes, and he actually did play pretty well. And I know that he might not start this game, but I'm going to actually predict that Modric does start this match, just for the stability in that midfield. Now, if things aren't going right, and if we are having to chase them a lot, then yes, you would have to bring on Camavinga. But I think Luka Modric should start this game. Now, in the 10, we're going to go Jude. On the right, Rodrigo. On the left, Vinny. Now, both Vinicius and Rodrigo were on the bench for this for our last game. And I think that's because they will be starting this matchup. I cannot see both of them being benched again. And then I know Mbappe started against Leganes. And I know that Endrick started last time we played Sociedad. And I know that Endrick did score in that last game. And I'm thinking that he might go Endrick here, you know? I think that Mbappe might be on the bench for this game. I think like that's how he'll find the balance of kind of, because remember, Mbappe started against Leganes and Vinny and Rodrigo were on the bench. I could definitely see Mbappe being on the bench for this game. I think Endrick will get an opportunity. I think that he will. I don't know if I agree with it, but if things are going wrong, you can always just bring Mbappe off the bench. So this is the 11 that I think Carlo Ancelotti is going to put out there. I want to know what you guys think about this, right? Like, can this team go out there and get the dub? Of course they can. This 11 is stronger than anything else that Real Sociedad can put out. So, look, get in the comment section, right? I want to know what you guys are saying. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you don't miss anytime I drop a new video or I go live. We will be doing a watch along for it right here on the channel. You guys don't want to miss out on that. It's going to be absolutely lit. And also, join that Discord. The link is pinned in the comment section. Holla Madrid!